Oh, wait, I don't want to do this. Um, uh, RGCWV.
Is there a Facebook post?
Live.
Yeah, it just popped up for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's, yeah. Okay. I think that's good. Hi, Alex. For some reason, we're focused on you right now.
Hey!
So we've never done this before. Wait. We've never done this before, but this isn't plugged in. Um,
Maybe it's this. Or this.
yeah. What's not working,
This
Mike?
can's empty. It's just all for show.
Yeah,
What?
it's all for sure.
Everything's working that needs to be.
Everything's working. Okay. All right. So we've got 2 minutes. So this is our pregame show. So
The
I hope
banter.
the banter section,
Welcome to the Banterlands.
the banter.
This is where the gold is harvested. We just dig right away.
So the
That's one
the
nugget I had.
the pregame that we're going to talk about is so we're going to do our pregame geek outs. So
Oh,
we can not do those during the thing. If anybody is actually tuning in, um, which right now there is me watching.
yay!
Yay!
You're your
So
biggest fan.
yeah, I am my biggest fan. Love to hear myself talk.
I know. We all know this already.
So my pre-game geek out is I I hate mowing my lawn. I do. I hate mowing my lawn. I have a bit of a water issue. I don't know if that's the city's problem or what. But there's a swampy area in my yard, and I just don't want to mow the lawn. I don't want to deal with it.
You're opening up a mud track.
So anyway, my geek out is paying somebody else to mow my lawn.
Ah,
Uh, guy that runs out of the volunteer fire department here in Pleasant Valley. He mowed the lawn for me. He's got a whole surface, a fleet of guys that he. I mean, it usually takes me like 2 hours to do this, and he did it in like 40 minutes. That was it.
oh,
It was ridiculous. So, Alex, I don't know if you meant to turn off your camera. Did you mean to turn off your camera? Oh, there we go.
there it
No,
goes.
I'm
Yeah.
still here. I'm still here.
Oh, okay. So Mike, pre-game geek out.
Yeah, I'll do this, and I don't think I did this the last time. So the last Airbender's on Netflix. So we got to binge that last weekend, and we got that done. And now this weekend we're working on the Dragon Prince, which is the post Avatar follow up to Airbender. The avatars, I should say. Airbender and Legend of Korra.
Right.
And
Right.
it's a quick binge, but it's a very satisfying binge. And the 3 seasons in, and you could probably do it in a single day.
Oh, so you're not talking about the Last Airbender, the cinematic movie. You're talking about
Oh
the.
no, I didn't need to say that, Luke.
Yeah.
I
There
didn't
is
need to
no
say that at
movie in
all.
Bossing Same.
I actually that you guys might really boo me for this, but
Boo!
well,
I'll just do it now.
so
Boo! Go on.
Boo!
I have never watched the Last Airbender show.
Have you seen the Dragon Prince?
No.
Okay. Well, you should
I imagine that
do
there's
those
lots
things.
of snow around the Dragon Prince. Uh,
I've told Luke The Last Airbender is number one on every list that I have. Like except for list of bad shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Last Airbender, and I've heard a lot of people talking about. One of my friends is watching it for the first time right now, and I even saw some kind of article that it's experiencing like A new
Resurgence.
Resurgence.
resurgence in popularity.
Yeah. So,
There's no excuse now, Luke. It's on Netflix.
okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Watch that and then watch Dragon Prince.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So, I'm gonna bring this down just a hair.
Bring it
Oh,
down a little bit.
bring it down. Break it down now.
Simmer
Bring
down.
it down.
So, we are past 8 o'clock. Alex, just go ahead and do your pregame geek out, and then we'll start.
I recently got back into this game, Planet Coaster, and I played it a while ago. It's not a new game. It's like a spiritual successor to the Roller Coaster Tycoon games,
Yeah.
and
Okay, yeah.
it's just the best. It's just if you liked Roller Coaster Tycoon back in the day,
I loved the first one.
yeah, and like the second one, and then not the third one. Well, this is the third one that should have been.
The third one that should have been. Okay.
And yeah, having a lot of fun making roller coasters and theme parks.
Did I don't remember if you. I forget which game it was. It might have been the first one, but maybe it was the second one. But I remember that there was like a real like cheap hack where you were competing against other parks and you could make a roller coaster that had no end, so it launched people into the air, but right on the edge of your park, so that if they landed, they landed in the other person's park, so that technically they died in their park, so then your rating would go up.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of like little tricks with killing guests, and like also unhappy guests. You just sort by the worst guests and then kill them, and then your happiness rating goes up. And yeah, you can't do that in the new games. They're a little more fair like that.
Yeah. So, it is 8:05. Actually, it's 8:04, but it's just about to be 8:05. I'm not going to count it down. So, I'm going to start this out officially. This is RGCWV, Random Geek Culture in West Virginia. This is our, I'm going to get a groan from Mike, our vlogcast.
Oh, Luke.
Now, it's the video version of the podcast that's been gone for, have we been doing it for 2 years now? Yeah, I think
Yeah, about.
This fall.
yeah, this fall will be 2 years. So,
Yeah.
and this seemed to be a good time to start doing the video version. I think we got it refined well enough. And so this is the first live edition of the podcast, the live video edition of the podcast. So, hi YouTube, hi Facebook, hi Twitter, and wherever else you guys are watching from. With me tonight are my co-hosts, Mike Mallow
Hi.
and Alex McLean.
Hey, hey.
And tonight we're going to be talking about something that's been on a lot of people's minds. So we do media, we do video games, we do music, whatever. But one of the things that people have been talking about was talking about the resurgence of drive-in movie theaters because of social distancing, and that is a good point. That is true. The local one, they have opened back up. And they're doing a few things that most movie theaters wouldn't be doing, and they are in a good position to do that. But it's not as cut and dry and as simple as some people might be considering. So that's one of the things we want to talk about tonight. And Mike is the, would you call it, administrator for the Warner Drive-In?
Projectionist.
Projectionist.
And board member. We're a non-profit drive-in. We're only one of two in the country.
Oh, okay. So anyway, so Mike has been pretty involved in the drive-in reopening process, and it's like I said, not as cut and dry as we come to think, on our preconceived early notions. And it really comes down to three questions. What are they going to show? Because there's
Good
not
question.
a lot of movies coming out right now. What are you going to eat? Because concession stands aren't open right now. And where are you going to poop?
You
Because,
have to.
because, well, I mean, it's a drive-in. You expect to be able to go to the bathroom.
Well, it's not
Those,
like it's Taco Bell though.
yeah,
That isn't what I usually think about, but go on.
Usually, number one is the greater concern.
yeah. Number one is the greater concern, but still, I mean, I said, where are you gonna poop? Just to be funny, ha ha.
Yeah, it's a funnier word than pee.
Yeah.
Tinkle.
Yeah.
No, tinkle is close.
Yeah. And I didn't want to go with something more vulgar. I just did. Where are you gonna poop? You know,
Well, we're a family broadcast.
and well, it's PG-13. I try to say a PG-13 rating, you know,
We get
and I imagine that tonight's Mike is going to try to shy away from the vulgarities because he has a few
But you're saying
comments.
You're
And
saying
I'm
we get one
sure
F-bomb
the
per
answer
episode.
to where you're going to poop is right beside of your car. What you do is you open up both car doors, and then you squat right beside of that, and that's where you go.
Now, did you ever see the movie Rat Race, where they're driving down the road?
Not since it came out.
Yeah, that was a
I actually remember nothing about it.
Let's talk about movies.
yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about movies. So, question one. So, the drive-in here, the Sunset Drive-in in Shinston is they opened either this weekend or last weekend, and their opening weekend was Trolls World Tour, which came out midst the social distancing, and Doctor Doolittle, the one with what's his
Iron
name?
Man.
Iron Man, yeah, Iron Man, whatever his name is. Robert Downey Jr. Downey Jr.
Got it.
And that one came out in January. So there's like no movies for them to show right now. So
If you look at the 2020 charts as of right now, the top grossing movie of the year is Bad Boys for life.
Bad Boys.
For life, which was the third Bad Boys movie that came out. It also came out in January, I believe. So that right now is the top grossing movie of the year.
Watch that there's some fallout from this, and they make a fourth one when they weren't planning on it because it's the top producing movie of the year.
Yeah, mostly studios release things in January because they don't believe they have a chance of being the top grossing movie of the year. But
Yeah.
it's a real possibility right now.
Gosh, what was the movie that I went to go see that was actually really good and was in February or January? I'll think of it later.
For Sonic,
Yes, that was it. That was the movie. I was really surprised how good that movie was.
that was we saw that on my wife's birthday, which was March 7th. Literally, like before they or the week before they shut everything down. so we got that one out just in time.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they stopped showing movies after that.
So, in the middle of all of this, Cassie, she was like, "Hey, we should watch something tonight. We should watch a movie tonight with Bella. You know, let's watch. Didn't Mulan come out? I just watched the trailer and it said that Mulan was going to come out, and it should be like streaming now. And so we went to go look, and it didn't even release.
Yeah, they pushed it back till late July, I believe. And
Yeah.
I expect it's going to get pushed back again.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think that Black Widow is going to come out. Truthfully, I'm kind of surprised by that too, because I thought that Disney was going to do a bait and switch on us, and on the release day they were going to say, "Hey, by the way, we're coming out with this in the movie theater, but it's also going to be on Disney Plus the same day." That was what I was expecting, and the fact that they didn't come out with it on Disney Plus anyway, that surprised the heck out of me.
We're talking about Milan still, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean,
I can tell
Disney.
you. I can tell you real quick the reason for that
Ch-
is China is a huge market for them,
They are.
and they pushed it back simply because they didn't want to mess up their release in China.
Right.
Because that had the potential to be a huge movie in China
Right. And
for Disney.
streaming is much less common in China.
Yeah,
Which really surprises me. That string. Well, actually, no.
they got a lot
Now
of
that I
censorship
think of
issues.
it, that does make sense that streaming isn't a big thing in China. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, um,
As far as Trolls 2 goes, Trolls World Tour, if you will, they made the interesting decision to release in theaters, but also release uh, on streaming, which they ended up making way more money than they made off the original Trolls.
well, I mean,
Um,
because of options. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
how many things are they going to go see right now?
exactly. Plus, you pay $20 to see it one time, which is cheaper than going to the theater to see it,
Right.
and they get a huger cut of the revenue. I think that they get 85% from streaming, where the theater take is like 50-50, something like that.
Right.
It depends.
So, on top of all of that, I mean, for me, when I think of the drive-in, the first thing that I go to isn't necessarily go driving to the drive-in, but the at least the one down in Shinston, the Sunset. They roll that. Let's go get the concessions. Let's go to the lobby. Let's go to the lobby. Yeah, that that
That's
that
where the
little
money's at.
jingle. And when I think of the Warner Drive-In, the one there in Franklin, the first thing I go to isn't necessarily all the great movies that I've seen there, but some of the best cheeseburgers you can get anywhere. And there is no, it's even if you guys open, you won't be able to do that.
Yeah, and we've toyed with the idea of doing like online orders where you can carry it out or whatever, but that would fall to an IT type person, which is me as far as the board goes,
Yeah.
and I don't want to do that.
That sounds like a mess. I gotta
Also,
tell you.
we're all volunteers, so we're not getting paid to do this either. So there's that.
And there is still the consideration, even if there isn't. I mean, I know you guys are talking about how you're not the police, but there is still the consideration that people are going to bring food and share it with the car next to them. So that there's still that consideration, even though, again, you guys aren't the police. It's not your job to make sure that everybody's practicing those guidelines.
Part of those rules are too. People can't get out of their cars, and they can get out to potentially go to the bathroom if we have the bathroom open, but there can only be two people at a time, and anybody who's in the snack bar watching it would need to clean the bathrooms and the snack bar area every 20 minutes, I believe.
Now,
So it's a lot.
now, since we're on the subject, oh, you know what? Let's take a second for because this is about halfway through. Let's take a second for our commercial break. This podcast or this vlog, whatever they call this, this cast has been brought to you by Logitech
What?
headphones.
What?
They are not. They are not. They are not. You know, they're actually, funding us. But me and Mike are both using the same Logitech headset
Also,
tonight.
mine aren't working. Buy Logitech.
By Logitech. Also, this camera that I'm using, that's of decent but not the best quality, is also Logitech. So,
Can I speak up for Turtle Beach? Check it out, Turtle
Hey!
Beach.
It works.
They actually work.
It's a seal.
Are we plugging things products now?
Well, I mean, anybody that's watching, because there is a total of 2 people watching, me included. If they
That's
want
called
to,
redirect sponsorship.
yeah, if they want to, advertise on our cast, they can definitely reach out to randomwvgeek@gmail.com
Preach. 2 people.
or call me on my phone at 304-566-9777, the Geek Hotline. Anyway, let's keep going.
Hey.
Hey!
uh,
So, anyway, back to bathrooms. Now, Mike, you were telling me some interesting guidelines that you were getting about bathrooms. Can you articulate that again for us on the cast, as far as like single exit entrance type of thing, whatever those weird restrictions were?
All right, let me find my list here.
Okay. So,
All right.
while you're looking, I'll do a little ditty. Okay. Whee. Whoa! Oh, I just broke stuff.
Did you break your Logitech?
I
Oh
think
no.
I think I did.
oh my God, Luke.
All right.
Oh, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but your video is frozen.
Oh no!
And like the stream on YouTube is jacked
Uh-oh.
up.
Uh-oh.
Can you see me?
He's
See me now?
back.
Wait.
You see it?
Hey, it's working. Okay. I'm not gonna do that again.
Let's not let him do that again.
Yeah, let me do that again. Oh, what happened was when I turned the USB hub that my headset's plugged into is also plugged into the camera, and so there was a little bit of a bitrate disconnect or something like that. Anyway, so Mike,
I got distracted by
yeah.
your bloopers. So you have to disinfect the bathroom every half hour if you have the bathrooms open, and only 2 people are allowed to go in at a time. It doesn't say man or woman. I assume, man and woman.
So things can happen.
Things can happen if you're willing to have somebody to clean the bathroom every half hour.
Okay.
Tell me more about the drive-in theater, because I'm not really familiar with this drive-in at all. I've never been.
All right, so our drive-in theater, it's got a snack bar. It's got 2 bathrooms on either end of the snack bar area inside the building. And so one of the rules that, for food at least, this not for the bathroom part, but for the food, is we'd have to have that plexiglass that all the stores have, and it had to go around. It had to go completely around the bar, which is the entire length of the building, actually, except for the bathroom area. So that would be the hardest challenge as far as having a snack bar area open. And the bathrooms, that's the extent of the rules there. But I know it'd be tough.
You said this is in Shinston?
No, mine's in Franklin, West Virginia.
Franklin, okay.
Yeah.
I've never been to Shinston, so I can't speak to that one.
There's one here in Shinston off of the Meadowbrook Road, and that's the one that we go to a lot, several times in the year, and it's just I don't know. I mean, they're open. It's just I don't know what movies they're actually going to show. They are doing something interesting. That being in North Central, they are kind of in an advantageous position. That there are certain concerts that were scheduled for certain venues in North Central, and one of the things that they're going to do is they are going to have a concert at that drive-in one weekend. I think that's actually kind of a great idea. Everybody just drives up and then they do the concert, and then that's the thing.
That does sound neat and like a way to use the space.
Right.
during the daytime or during any time.
Right.
I've been to a drive-in exactly once in my life. When I was little, it might have been one of the first movies I saw in the theater. We went to Grafton, which I don't think that one's open anymore, is it?
No,
No.
I think there's
And
4 left in the state.
I remember it well that we saw it was a double feature. We went there to see Dennis the Menace, the live action Dennis the Menace movie. It wasn't that memorable, and then we saw like the first maybe 30 minutes of Cool Runnings, which I guess that was probably its original theatrical
I
release.
wonder why
I,
you left.
I don't, yeah.
you're right.
I wasn't going to tell that part of the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Um, but
Anybody that knows
I
you.
remember like the first third of Cool Runnings.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
My, my first movie at the drive-in was a double feature of The Lion King, which we begged my family to, or our parents to take us to see. And the second movie was The Mighty Ducks. I think it was the second Mighty Ducks. And
That's a great double feature.
yeah, it was. And that was the original releases, and that was the only time my family ever went to see the theater because we had bugged them about seeing The Lion King so much. And my dad, being the social distancing master that he is, wouldn't let us out of the car 25 years ago. So so
So
he
not
knows
much
what's
has
up.
changed.
He's ahead of his time.
He is ahead of the curve.
That's right.
Speaking of
Yeah,
curve,
that's right. Curbside.
yeah, that's a segue.
Yeah,
So,
right.
um, I don't know the first drive-in movie that I saw. And it might have been at the Warner after we
Probably.
moved, because I don't think that there was a drive-in still up in Maine, at least in southern Maine. Um, yeah, I don't think I think the Warner was the first one that I went to, and I don't even remember what movie it was that I went to go see.
Hmm.
Now, Bella's first movie was a drive-in movie, and that was Toy Story 3, I think. I think it was.
That was
And
2010. That makes sense.
yeah,
That tracks.
yeah. And she fell asleep. And I mean, it was a great movie to go take her to see the first time, and she was able to enjoy the movie in her car seat, which also um, caused me to bring her car seat into the movie theater every time that we went to go see a movie with her. And it worked out really well. I
Makes
mean,
sense.
she was comfortable, she enjoyed it, and yeah. So anyway, Mike, any other thoughts or things you can tell us about what's going on with the Warner right now?
Right now, we're just taking it 2 weeks at a time. We decided to wait 2 weeks. We had a meeting Thursday night, and we decided to wait a little bit, wait 2 weeks, and then we're going to revisit in 2 weeks and see where we're at. Because there could be, some of these restrictions may lift, some they may get tighter. It's hard to say what's going to happen, and
Right.
even if we do decide to open, it then becomes a task of what do we play. And I guess Trolls is still that was going to be our opening movie anyways. So I guess we still have the option to play that if we want to. What you can't play is any Disney movie. Disney's very strict about when their movies close. You can't get them again. And,
Really?
and I found this out, yeah, because we've been trying to get Hocus Pocus for Halloween for years, and Disney won't release it because it was through, I guess, Touchstone, which is a Disney brand.
Hocus Pocus is Disney?
Yeah, I didn't realize that either until
It's
we asked for it.
Touchstone,
Yeah,
Okay.
which
and
is
then
Disney.
yeah, and the same thing. We also tried to get Ernest Scared Stupid because we were really scraping the bottom of the barrel at that point, and that's actually Touchstone too. I didn't realize. So Disney's got the market corner on Halloween movies apparently.
I'm kind of afraid to show Ernest movies to Bella because I'm thinking that she might not like them. I'm not sure. And I don't know if I like them because that's the generation I grew up. I just don't know. I mean, there are
I,
other. We watched the Goonies and she liked it, but
yeah,
I
Did
I
don't.
will
did those
say,
age well? Because I haven't watched those since I was a kid. I have a feeling maybe they didn't.
I
Yeah,
watched
that's
Ernest Saves Christmas like 2 years ago, I think, and it held up a lot better than I expected it to.
really
Not
Okay.
100%, but way better than I expected. So if you want to start somewhere, start with that one.
okay.
I don't expect the rest will be as good, especially Scared Stupid, since that involves monsters and whatnot. Um,
I,
the only other one I remember was Ernest Goes to Camp. I remember it being okay, but I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so it's hard to tell what it's like now.
Know what I mean, Vern?
mo- know what I mean, Vern? Um, I think one of his best films though wasn't even an Ernest film. It was Beverly Hillbillies. I think that one was like one of his best films. He just so good at that movie.
Yeah, it was.
That's true. I thought you
So,
were going
is
to say Toy
there
Story.
anything that you guys are currently running at the drive-in?
No, no, we're
But
not
but
running
you're
anything
but
right
you're
now.
planning to?
Possibly in July. If we don't get it done this summer, we're gonna to give some background on this theater. It closed in 2015 because it had to convert to digital, and converted to digital is like you have to pay 60,000 for the projector alone, let alone the equipment and everything like that. So they just closed. So we got together as a nonprofit board and raised the money to buy the projector in less than 2 months.
Wow.
And so we opened in 2016 in September, and we had some record sales for like that first month. Of course, it's fall at that point, so things tapered off quickly. But if we can't get it done this summer, we'll do it the way we did back then, and we'll at least have a few good weeks there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
Hey, we
mean,
did something,
I could see you guys doing something like that.
and we haven't ruled out the idea of doing the graduation services there because the high school is still planning to do proper graduation services, but on I want to say early August, somewhere in there. And we're kind of a backup plan that if that doesn't shake out, then I've been working to get live video up and running there, which I've done some tests and it's promising.
That would
So
that would be really cool if you guys could do that. I mean, and that gets along the same vein as those concerts that I was saying that they're going to do at Sunset. Using the
yeah,
venue like Alex was talking about.
yeah. And it was always our intention to do more with that property than just driving movies or ways that can use the property creatively.
Like the
Uh,
time that
so
you
uh,
played Fallout 76 at the drive-in, which
I
is
actually took
really
my
cool because that area is one of the places in Fallout 76 and you were playing Fallout 76.
it's triangulated between three locations in 76,
Yeah.
Sugar Grove, Center Rocks, and Spruce Knob. Um, I was disappointed to find there's zero drive-in theaters in the game, which I thought was kind of sad.
That is kind of
But
sad. And it would be weird if they added in now, you know.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. But it's weird that for a game that prides itself on like that retro '50s charm, that they didn't have a a drive-in theater in there anywhere.
Right?
It just doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the first game I played on the screen. My test game was through the Super Nintendo. Actually, no, the Nintendo Classic, and it was
I
Mario 3.
I think I remember
Yes.
seeing that. I think
It's
I remember seeing
awesome.
that.
I can't remember if there was video of that or not, but I had fun. I actually sat there for a while after people left and was playing. It was cool. It was
So,
cool.
so Mike, from what you've seen and the difficulties you've seen, is there any kind of advice that you'd give to other drive-ins right now?
I would say be patient and just kind of wait and see what works and what doesn't work. If you're already in operation, then let us know what works and doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I said, I'm not the police, and I don't want to have to tell people, hey, get back in your car. Or you can't watch the movie from the back of your pickup truck, which is also a rule, by the way. Um, and a lot of people do that, and actually, honest, that's probably my recommended way of doing it if I had a pickup truck.
Is you can't do that? You can't.
That's
Wow.
the health department rules too.
Really?
car. My dad had it right all along.
Now, I mean, the way that I always do it, so we have a futon mattress, and it is a full size, so it fits perfectly in the back of the van. So I take the futon mattress and put it in the back of the van, and so we watch the movie theater just laying on the futon mattress. So it's
Theoretically, the van would work
yeah, yeah. I
because
mean,
you're inside the vehicle.
yeah, you're in an enclosed area, so the only thing that you're not enclosed in is the section that you're seeing the movie from. So
Exactly.
yeah, I guess that would work. I mean, that would be weird. I would be interested to see if that you could do something like that. So
Maybe.
well, so I think we've talked about this subject, and we got some answers. I think we know what's what right now. And I just I don't know. I'm ready for things to get back to normal, but I also want to say safe, and I want others to say safe. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I use a mask when I'm out in public. I'm not sick, but you know,
You could
if
be.
yeah, right, right, I could be. So
Any of us could be the thing.
yeah, there's so much uncertainty right now. So I'm just all of us are a little bit on edge. And I mean, we're all wanting to get back to normal, but I think patience, like just like you were saying, Mike, patience is the best thing we can be doing right now. In not opening everything up all at once and doing it slowly and incrementally. I mean, even our church has a game plan where we're gonna have a watch party where um, the sermon and the worship is gonna be pre-recorded, and then they're going to show it on the big screen in the church. But that experience essentially is going to be the same one as that you get, if you watch it from the watch party on Facebook. So everybody, all locations should really be doing things like that, where it's a slow phased open, and in the drive-in is just the same, where you know the opening up on this phase on certain locations may not be the best and most advantageous um, game plan. So,
Well, Mike, let us know when the drive-in does open, because
Absolutely.
I'd like to hear an update on that.
We can do that. That'd be just fine.
all right. Well, it is 8:35. I said that we'd be doing this for about a half hour, so I think we're gonna tie this up, and I'm gonna let you guys go. Any other comments before we sign off?
This was live.
Yeah.
I would like to stop and not be live for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, I can do that.
That'd be undead.
Okay. Um,
That
Uh, Tell us in the comments what movies you're watching.
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let's have some fun with this. Yeah.
Recommendations.
If you yes, and we're taking donations. In fact,
There's only
actually,
too many avatars.
if you go to the YouTube channel, you'll see a link for our link tree. And on the link tree has links to Facebook and Twitter and Patreon, which goes to me, or goes to the podcasts, and so we can buy, better microphones and better video equipment, and
Or
and
Logitech.
more
More
more. No, wait, Turtle Beach.
Turtle Beach.
Oh man, every
It's a
time
small company.
I
I
need to
hear,
get a new webcam. I know this webcam is kind of, I don't know, that low resolution.
I don't know. You seem to be. I seem to like Alex in low resolution.
Yeah, I do need I've got the kind of face that needs about half of it covered up with something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine's off the MacBook Pro. It's perfect, and also I would love Apple's money. So
Oh,
sponsor.
I have something, Alex, that you might be able to
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
Oh, wait, my glasses. My
I'll do you
glasses.
one better. I'll do you one better.
Okay,
We're on mask now.
we're putting on masks now. This has got a voice modulate. This, this,
Now,
this has got.
unfortunately, I can't hear you like this because I can't wear my headphones. But this is my fencing mask.
This has
So,
got a voice. This has
yeah.
got a voice modulate. This, when it works, it's not working. Shoot.
I'm not putting this on because it's a collector's item and still in the packaging.
Didn't you? Didn't you grab me one and I never picked it up?
What the heck are we doing?
I don't
Here, right
know.
here.
We're having fun with the YouTubes.
Yeah.
This is your mask, Luke. I forgot to give it to you at Thanksgiving.
That's fine. We can do it. We can do it
It's here when you
next.
get it.
You can give it to me next year.
These were the last two that they gave out at the Mothman Festival this year, by the way. I went up to the booth and they're like, "Hey, yeah, there's free masks left," and they're like, "Here, you can have the last two." And there was a line forming behind me, and I looked at my wife and I said, "Run!" And we got out of there.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's great. So, um, I think I'm ready to end this. To end this, I'm gonna turn off this
You already
stream.
said that.
Huh?
You already said that.
Yeah, I know.
See you
Well,
guys
then we're
later.
playing with masks. We're playing with masks. So
That's true. Welcome
anyway,
to the end.
thank you for listening to watching. Thank you for watching RGCWV. I'm Luke Hersey, the host of this podcast. My co-hosts were Mike Mallow
Me. It was me.
and Alex McLean.
Why are we yelling close to the camera?
Because we can do whatever we want. Okay, that was weird. All right,
But we shouldn't though.
that's probably true. All
Welcome to
right,
the end, everybody.
welcome to the end. Your turn, Alex.
Welcome to the end.
There you go. Oh,